What is up, everybody, and I hope everyone's safe out there. Here's a very quick review of two of my favorite drafting pencils. They're both available on Amazon, JetPens, and various other retailers. While you're indoors, why not pick up a new hobby? And if you're going to do that, here are some cool tools to use. So, comparing them, they're about the same in price. I'll post links to everything below. Currently on Amazon and I believe on JetPens, both of these are around like 16 bucks. You have your Graph Gear 1000 and your Promecha. They're very similar in design, and I'll kind of walk through the differences. So the weight is pretty similar, although I feel the Promecha design is slightly heavier versus the Graph Gear. They come with some different features. I kind of reviewed the comparisons of the Graph Gear before. Both have erasers with them. Take off the tops here. These are both 05. The eraser on the Promecha, let me try to get this in focus. I will be adjusting this throughout the video, so I do apologize ahead of time. The eraser on the Promecha is slightly smaller than the Graph Gear. They're both a metallic body. They both feel very stable. The Graph Gear comes with this nice soft rubber grip. So it feels really comfortable in the hand, especially if you're drawing for hours and hours. So the differences, the major ones, come in the Promecha primarily. I apologize if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. This is from Japan. So it comes with this nice little feature here where you can turn this dial and indicate how much lead you want to come out every time you click the end. So if you want a lot of lead to come out at once, if you want a little bit of lead to come out, you turn this dial to the left or right. Also, it comes with this feature like the Graph Gear where the end is hidden. So the Graph Gear, they both have this little safety feature. If you press down on the Graph Gear, the eraser, you heard that click. So the end of this body, where the actual lead comes out, retracts, or extends I should say. So this is a very cool feature. If you ever drop your pencils and these things bend, it sucks because you know your pencil's broken. I had purchased this other Rotoring pencil a while ago, and it kind of did that too. This thing is quite expensive, and I'm a little let down, honestly, how few features this thing came with, considering the price you pay for it. I wanted it to be, you know, like a hardened steel for the price I'm paying for this thing, but you know, it's a cheap aluminum body. Anyway, I'll get back to that too. So, this has a protective sleeve that comes out like any other pencil. You click the end, lead comes out. Boom. So the Promecha is similar in that feature. There is no, I mean, you can press it, you won't see too much lead come out though. The reason being, you have to physically turn this little midsection here. My camera's having a hard time focusing on this, sorry. So you're turning this midsection to actually make that sleeve come out. So as I keep turning, you'll see the sleeve starting to extend there. And that's fully extended. So I mean, that's cool, because you know, you kind of have control over it, but if you're in a hurry and you're trying to, you know, you're out in public drawing on the bus, or, well, probably not right now, but if you're out and about and you want to hurry up and put this away, it kind of takes a little minute because you have to keep turning, which it could be, I don't know, it's a thing that just annoys my soul a little bit. I'm glad it has that feature that you can retract it, but the time you actually take to do it is a little stupid. Anyway, so by default, the Promecha also comes with this eraser and this nice little piece that, I don't know how well you can see that, is used to declog any end piece here. Like if there's any lead stuck in the cylinder here, you just poke that through and it's supposed to get it clear. I have another video, I'll put a link to that too, as to how to fix any clogs that come with this thing. The Graph Gear, I have seen it on some, so I can't completely knock it, but the one I purchased from, I believe it was like Blick, did not have that come with this. So if I ever have a lead clog in there, I have to like grab another piece of lead. I might make a video on that too, which is kind of a pain in the butt. So you grab another spare piece of lead basically, and you're poking that through, trying to unclog the current piece of lead, but if that breaks, then you're kind of stuck there. Anyway, so those are the main differences. Now when it comes to comfort, I think the graph gear has the Promecha beat, honestly, and I'll be drawing as I continue talking here, so you're not just bored and hear me ramble. One of the drawbacks I felt when I was using this Promecha is just the comfort of where this dial is located. So I don't know how you guys draw, maybe you're holding at the very end, maybe you hold towards the back. I'm kind of midway through here, but my thumb tends to land on exactly where that dial is, which is kind of sucks. If you can see my hand here, if only they had the dial just available on the inside, it would be fine because I'm not resting my thumb on there. But this just feels so uncomfortable drawing like this most of the time, like if I'm trying to get fine details. Let me kind of zoom in on this face as I start drawing here. It doesn't feel so comfortable to me like the graph gear does. So that's one of my main gripes about this thing. And because it does have that little section where you turn, it just feels flimsy here, like in the mid section there. Maybe it's just me and my thinking process, but I don't know. I don't want the pencil I'm using to feel like it's gonna break if I'm putting too much weight on it. If I'm like really trying to get in there, I'm gripping the hell out of it, trying to get these really fine details. So that's my main thing. If only this was kind of covered and it was slightly easier to disassemble if you ever do need to fix it. In a previous video, I kind of showed how to fix this thing if it ever is clogged. There's actually two different sections you have to take apart, various springs. If the lead isn't just in the tip, you have to kind of take apart the whole pencil and then get to this little claw-like mechanism in there to poke the lead through. Versus the graph gear, it's pretty straightforward. You click the lead, comes out. If you ever want to retract that back into the body, you just literally press the little clip here, and that released it back into the body. Here, it's like a reverse spring. It pulls it back into it. If there's ever a clog in this thing, while gripping the body, you're just twisting the tip. This whole thing comes right out. Sleeve slides off. And if you want, you can go a little bit further. But pretty much the rest that you're going to be doing is what I was trying to do with the Promecha here, is clearing the lead out of this end piece here, and you're pretty much good to go. Let's see here. There we go. Put this back together. What? Hopefully I don't break this thing. All right. Yeah, so not so many springs and other things that come with this thing. If you ever lose one with the Promecha, I feel like you're kind of up the creek there. So, all in all, I still think comparing these two, oh yes, I forgot to mention that too. So, just like the graph gear, the Promecha has a little window here. Sorry, as I put this back together. So the graph gear and the Promecha both come with this little feature where it's like a little window. Get this a little closer. There we go. Where you can turn the dial and kind of indicate what lead you're using. It doesn't actually, affect anything, but it's for your own sake of knowing which kind of lead you have in the pencil. You can turn that little window or colors that you can get with the graph gear than you can with the Promecha. There's even like special models you can get with the graph gear that's gold plated and it's like over $100. It's crazy. I'm not that big of a collector in art supplies like that. But if you have the money you want to spend, go for it. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'm going to continue with this drawing and I'll talk to you soon. I'm gonna keep working on this, but that was a very quick review comparing the graph gear and the Promecha pencils. If you have any other questions, comments, whatever, leave them below. Be sure to like, subscribe, and I will talk to you guys soon. Maybe I'll compare all three of the Promecha, the graph gear, and the Rotoring. Alright, you guys. Stay safe. Talk to you soon.